Hello, hello, and good morning, everybody. Or at least, whatever time zone you're in. Hi, Abra, thank you. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. We're going to keep trying to get Keeper. We do not look at the win streak, it does not exist. Let's settle in and have some fun. I always forget which one is the one that can blow himself up. It's the other one, it's Wrath. Not Pride, but you know. Well, that was effective. Boop. This feels like it's gonna be a Widow boss floor. Owie. I got that health back, though. Swallowed Penny is really good. Finally awake on time to catch a stream. Hi, Owen! Hello! Very glad you could make it. You get to see my autism game in real time, which is a slightly different autism game from the other autism game. Ah, fuck. Secret room. My autism right now has been dealt a spoon. That's very real. My autism right now would also be dealt a spoon if it were not for the fact that I have no money and still don't have it. Tobiathan Foxy has cooked so hard. He always does! Toby Fox deliver a shit game. Level impossible. I didn't say the meme correctly, but you know what I meant. That is shit. I will not take GB, but you can't make me. There is a... Damn. Seeking ass fly. I would work on a Deltarune mod if I weren't already working on a Pokemon Emerald ROM hack. I wish I could do mods. Like, I could learn. I know I could. But I've got so many other things I'm doing. I plan on putting the whole OST into the Pokemon Emerald sound font, though. That's so real. I love the term sound font. It's a very fun word. Not just to say, but like as a concept, sound font is so cool. Money is like a text font, but it's sound. Real. I think I saw, like, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I think there was, like, a video, owie, where it was the entire Undertale OST, but in the Roblox sound font. Damn. That was my fault. It was either the Roblox sound font or the Sonic sound font, because those two autism overlap. That's fire, actually. I think I have it saved somewhere. I'll send it to you if I can find it. No, but I love Toby's music. Like, he is an incredible, like, game developer, writer thing. But his music is where I think he truly excels. If she's your girl, why is her leitmotif part of my theme? Nico made one of the songs into the Pokemon Black and White sound file and got a hit tweak. His music is so peak. Like, I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but like, several of his songs, but mainly Save the World, that part of Hopes and Dreams, can make me cry without fail. I want the bomb, but I have no money for the bomb. Ow. I wish I could... It'd be so funny if I could mod, because then I would, like, mod bombs in this game to be my cat. Just pipe bomb. I really like his work on the Pokemon games. They are. His... I don't remember what track he did in Sword and Shield, but I remember he did tracks in Sword and Shield and, Scarlet and Violet. I don't think he did anything for Arceus. But he did the Area Zero soundtrack in Scarlet and Violet, and it's so fucking good. And I love how recognizable his theme is, his work is. Like, you hear it and you're like, oh, that's Toby. I love his music, bro. If Toby's work has a million... Shit. I fucking hate Ragman. Toby's music has a million fans on one of them. If it's got 100 fans on one of them, it's got 1 fan, it's me, and if it's got no fans, I'm fucking dead. Yeah, the Battle Tower track for Sword and Shield and bunch for S&V. I know he did the Area Zero stuff for S&V. Woo! Gimme, gimme, gimme. I fire with reckless abandon into the corner. Couple of weeks. I have to try and do the boss on 1 health. Oh, it's Gemini. I don't have faith in myself to not die here. Gemini's easy, it's the little fuck that's hard. Never mind, Cricket's body is goated. style on him. He also did the Cascarafa song. Honestly, I only, when I blind played through Scarlet and Violet, I only knew he had done the Area Zero music. So that's the only part of the game I had the music on for. But, when I go back through it, when I get around to playing it again, I'll turn it on for the Cascarafa theme. Question, Evelyn. What's your favorite Pokemon type? I love Cascarafa. I think their gym is the funniest. And their gym test is also one of my favorites. I know Penny's theme. I've heard it outside of the game. It's so peak. I want to get this stuff so that I can stream my Switch. Not just for Scarlet and Violet. I won't cop. Penny's theme is really good, but Nemona is where it's at. Nemona is best girl. My favorite type is either dark or grass type. Very valid, very based. I like ghost and water type. I wish there were better grass types. That is so real. Why did I do that? That was dumb. I'm going to regret that decision for the rest of my days. Ah, so we're sworn enemies. No, we're not sworn enemies. I also really like water types purely for melodic. I mean this in the nicest way possible, and I want you to understand that I am saying this as your friend. Melodic is such a trans girl Pokemon. Nicest way possible. It just is. I know. As long as you're aware. Because I spent about where I shouldn't have spent about. If I was Pokemon, I would be a melodic. That's so real. Because all T-girls are melodics, and all melodics are T-girls. I can save. Really hope there's a bomb in the shop. I'm trying to think of what would be the TBOI Pokemon. Because, like... Sylveon is just the trans Pokemon, but... Ooh, bomb on sale. Yippee wahoo. I would love to get Piggy Bank, but... I have to spend my money on my bombs on items. Oh. Can I get a key? Because I'll take Bumbo if I can get Bumbo. I don't say no to Bumbo. He'll try to steal my money, but it's fine and faster. Gotta search through the Pokédex to find what one I particularly feel gives off TBOI swag. I'm thinking about it. Because, like, going off one of my favorites would be biased. And also not great because most of my favorites are ghost types. And it feels mildly morally wrong. But, like, what's a TBOI swag Pokemon? Can I say Trubbish? Is it rude to my people if I say Trubbish? I love Trubbish. Really depends on what kind of TBOI we're talking about. That's very true. I mean, I'm thinking about it. I think if we're gonna make a Pokemon the TBOI Pokemon, it either has to be something small and cute and derpy, or it's Zoroark. And no in between. Like Zoroark and Lucario. Ah. What the fuck? This is the second level of the alt path, so I can... Yeah, that's the mirror room. So I will have to go through and do it. And hope for more keys. Bumbo. Bumbo. What the fuck, Bumbo? Could have gotten me killed, Bumbo. I want to check what's in the challenge room while I'm here. Alright, I don't fucking know. Might as well. Old bandage is an empty HP thing, isn't it? That fucking sucks. Hopefully it gives me like a key or something. And I guess it's health. Oh boy. Like, the masculine T-boys are definitely Machokes, male Machokes are T-boys, female Machokes are bush lesbians, both wear carabinos on their belt loops, whimsical T-boys are either Mr. Mime or Whimsicott, androgynous T-boys are either Xatu or Spinnerack, depending entirely on if they like spiders or not, and dad bod T-boys are Sudowoodo. My contention there is that Snorlax is right there. And second of all, which one do I fall into? Because if you try to say that I am Mr. Mime, then I am picking a fight with you right now. You give off more Whimsicott vibes. I think that might be worse. I don't know. I feel like Zoroark is pretty T-boy swag. But I could also see an argument made for non-binary swag. Because shapeshifter. Oh, Dumbo gave me drugs. Hell yeah. Zoroark gives off more non-binary swag to me. That's very fair. I think a lot of, like, the ghost and dark types are very non-binary coded. Like Cofagrigus? Non-binary. That's the knife piece. Don't need it. Could take it, though. Oh, there is a restock machine in here. Tempting. Especially for the fact that every person I know who's Rorik is their favorite Pokemon is non-binary, or somewhere in the non-binary spectrum. That's very real. I think, like, top 3 favorite Pokemon. Because I do not have a favorite. Shroomish is, like, those goblin T-boys. You know? Like the, I want to live in the forest kind of T-boys. That's what Shroomish is. The ones with an obsession with mushrooms. Yeah, you see the vision. Like, if we're going off of my favorite Pokemon, because I do not have the top 1 favorite, but I have, like, a top 5. And that'd be, like... Mimikyu is, like, one of my top. Then... Phantump, Skrelp, and I stand by this, Trubbish, and... Huh. I like Clobbopus. I think he's a little cutie. Left or right, chat? Which one do I pick? These both could be hot ass. When I'm better, I'm gonna do a tier list where I rank every Pokemon depending on where on the gender identity spectrum they are. Left, because fuck the right. Both of those things are very valid. D1, what does that do again? Duplicates a random pickup in the room. Ooh, that's actually really helpful. No, my money! I can try and figure out where the secret room is here. Maybe down there? I don't think it's under the challenge room. Don't think it's there. Above the challenge room, maybe? I mean, it might be next to the mirror room. Maybe next to the curse room? Fuck. I think you should absolutely do a Pokemon gender identity tier list. And I would like to provide input for this tier list when you make it. I will be streaming it, as you should. That's why I'm doing it when I'm not sick. Hell yeah. Question. Did you ever play Alpha Sapphire or Omega Ruby? I'm saying those ones because I haven't really played the older games and I can't give much more commentary on that. But did you ever play Oris? Yes. Opinions on Flannery. What is your opinion on Flannery? The hot fire lady that everybody likes. My wife. Correct. Did you do Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire? Because this impacts the next question. I know who Flannery is. Gen 3 is my favorite. I was just double checking because I didn't know what gens you had played. This is only making me want to stream Pokemon first. Played through both. I also played through the original 3. Okay. You know Shelly from Team Aqua? And I'm specifically talking about the 3D version of her. She was very sexy and I think one of my gay awakenings. I so should have gotten hit there. Agreed. She was so hot. I also had feelings about, the 3D version of, not Maxie. The Team Aqua's leader. I also have opinions of his 3D version. They're very positive opinions. I have to fight Bumbo for my money. Is it Maxie? No, Maxie is, Team Magma's. What is... I'm looking it up. I like Maxie's original design more. Fair. Team Aqua. Yeah, Archie. Archie. I'm very normal about, Oris Archie. Very normal. Team Aqua is just a better team. It is! Mainly because they're all hot, but that's besides the point. What's your favorite evil team? If it's not Team Skull, why? He just spawned a coin so he could eat it. Stop. Oh, I like compass. I would like compass. So my favorite is Team Aqua for 2 reasons. Main one being nostalgia reasons. Gen 3 and the remakes hold my favorite game of all time, and Aqua is my favorite. I also like the end of Oris when they realize, oh shit, we don't want to destroy the world. No, I'm sorry. But Team Skull is a definite second. Only acceptable response to Team Skull not being your favorite. Look. I hate Sun and Moon. Of the ones I've played, Sun and Moon is my least favorite of the games. I despise Sun and Moon. The railroading is so bad. And it sucks because the story is so good. I loved the twist in Sun and Moon. Like, I didn't realize Lusamine would be a bitch. I love the story of Sun and Moon. I can't stand to replay it, though, because of how bad the railroading is. But I love Team Skull, and Guzma and Plumeria are very hot. I enjoyed Sun and Moon, but it was definitely one of games where Pokemon started to go downhill. My least favorite, Sword and Shield. I actually really like Sword and Shield. I've heard a lot of people shit on Sword and Shield's story, and I don't think it deserves that. Because, like, me personally, I'm a big fan of Sword and Shield's story. Like, some of the criticisms about Sword and Shield are very valid. Like, the not being able to see shinies in the overworld, some of the bugs and stuff. But, story-wise, I think Sword and Shield is very good. I was very meh on Sword and Shield's story, and its gameplay was nothing special either. Its railroad was way too linear, and this is coming from someone who praises linearity. The gameplay was pretty linear. I don't think its railroading was nearly as bad as Sun and Moon's. The main thing I liked is they tried to do the whole twist villain thing in Sun and Moon, and it didn't work quite as well. I think they did the twist villain very, very well in Sword and Shield. Did I partially fall for it because I thought Rose was hot? Yes, not the point. I also... The honest best way they did the villain twist was in X and Y. X and Y is my favorite. Like, Y was the first game I beat on my own. X and Y is my favorite. I know a lot of people give it shit because it was quote-unquote too easy, and they're not entirely wrong. It is a much easier game, and they had balancing they needed to do, but it was still really enjoyable. And X and Y is my favorite. It was much easier than those ones before it. Yeah. That's why I'm high-key kind of disappointed in Legends ZA. Like, I don't have it. I'm not gonna buy a Switch 2. At least not anytime soon. But just from what I've seen, it looks disappointing. It's not what we deserve. I feel like we could have better. But it still holds a close spot in my heart. I still think it's the most fun 3D Pokemon game, not including the remakes. You can get ZA on the Switch 1 when it comes out. Yeah. From what I've seen of the trailers for ZA, I don't have a lot of faith in it. Frankly. Like, it doesn't look like it's going to do all of the... Pokemon X and Y had so much... Pokemon X and Y had so much potential. And it was such a good game despite its, you know, few flaws. And I loved Legends Arceus. Like, if X and Y was not able to be my favorite, it would be Legends Arceus. I loved Legends Arceus. I love that they broke away from what they had been doing. But, like... I don't like the particular style of the Legends blank architecture of games. And that's fair. Again, That's fair. Not everyone likes, like, open world shit. I think my real issue is that I loved Legends Arceus, and it had so much good going for it, especially story-wise. And, like, the style of, oh yeah, let's delve into the legends of these things. Let's go back in time and look at that. I hate that they did not continue with it. Like, you can't call it Legends and then put it in the fucking future, first of all. Especially because there's so much cool stuff that happens prior to the mainline games. You have a chance to do, oh yeah, let's delve more into the story of before it, especially with Kalos, where it was so good, where, like, there's so much that happens before everything, and then you choose to put it in the future and confine us to only Lumiose. I don't like it. I think they took... Yeah, especially with X and Y, where the history of Kalos was so important. I think Game Freak, I think they genuinely took everything that was bad about Arceus, and that wasn't very many things, and they went, yeah, let's take all the bad shit and put it into a new game. And then let's also put it in the future so it makes no sense to call it a Legends title. Like, I think I'd be fine with it. They were like, oh yeah, we're doing Legends, and then we'll also do, like, Futures or whatever. Like, if they designated it as something different. But the fact that they're calling it Legends, and then putting it in the future, especially when they have such an opportunity to do something better, it rubs me the wrong way. I dislike it. Give me a key. Like, I like the future idea, but it makes no sense at all to do a future-based game. Yeah. I think part of my issue is, like, a future game would be cool, but do, like... There are games where future stuff would be better put. Like, Scarlet and Violet, you could maybe do something with the future. But again, I think almost every mainline Pokemon game benefits from exploring the past more, like the past lore more in depth. And they just decided to fucking ditch it. I mean, maybe it's because they knew the fandom would not be functional if we got a young AZ. Because people already simp for him as is. But, like, come on. Like, I get that they're sort of kids' games, but Legends Arceus. There is a lore reason for AZ to still be alive. The lore reason for AZ still being alive is when he was making the ultimate weapon. One of the side effects, whenever he, like, set it off or whatever, is that he became immortal. That's why him and Floette are still around. It was his ultimate weapon. I know there is, but his story is already passed, though. I mean... Yeah, Again, I think there's so much more they could have done with going into the past of Lumiose and, like, Kalos, instead of, like, going into the... Yeah, it makes, like, I love AZ being back and all, but it just makes more sense to do something in the past. Like, the other good thing I really loved about Legends Arceus is it really let itself be a darker Pokemon game. Like, I understand that Pokemon is a kid's game, and therefore they try to keep it light, but they let Legends Arceus be a darker Pokemon game. They talked about, you know, people being killed. There was, you know, like, the danger of the Pokemon. They talked about, like, having to flee bad areas. It was a much darker Pokemon game than, you know, Pokemon allows itself to be a lot of the time. And I really liked it. And I understand that maybe they don't want to do a full, like, talking about or you being part of a war. But, like, come on, bro. There's so much you can do with, like, early game history. Especially with Kalos. I just don't think... I just don't think ZA is going to be able to do it justice. And, like, I respect some people preferring more linear games. Like, I'm not gonna knock you for that. I can see the appeal. But I think if they want to be like, oh yeah, some people prefer more linear games, okay, make the mainline games more linear. To be honest though, even the mainline, it does get pretty dark at times, both in what it hints at G1, Gen 1 with Blue's Eradicate, and what's in the game at lower points, AZ literally creating a mass extinction. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that Pokemon doesn't get dark. It does. But, like, Arceus allows itself to be, and I know I'm saying the name wrong, I don't care. Arceus allows itself to be a lot darker than, like, it allows to stay more dark, and it makes the gameplay more dark. Like, Legends Arceus' story is really good. And, like, even if you want a more linear game, I think, okay, make, like, the mainline games more linear. And allow Legends to be this, like, trying new things. Yeah, Arceus allowed itself to be darker because it aimed more at the older audience who cares about its lore. And I think that was perfect. Having the mainline games be more linear and more child-friendly. And then having the Legends be more for the older players. Because, like, I know a lot of older players have complaints about the mainline game because they're, like, too easy or they're not or they're too child-friendly. And I think separating it into two styles of games, I think the mainline games should be just as linear. They've always been. Legends Blank could be more pushed at a non-linear open-world gameplay style. Yeah, like, I think they have an opportunity. They had an opportunity to do that, and they're just choosing to waste it. Like, I will reserve my final thoughts on it for until I've actually seen gameplay of the game. But, like, one, I can smell the rich capitalist twist villain from a mile away. And honestly, I think it'll be a disservice. Like, they had so much good they could have done with Legends. And it's not like Legends flopped. I know a lot of other people liked Legends like I do. It was a great game. And I think a formula they could have capitalized on is about to be wasted. For what reason, I couldn't tell you. School bag! Because I think it genuinely would have been really nice to have, like, okay, the mainline games are going to be easier for, you know, younger audiences or just whoever wants a more linear, calmer experience. And, you know, Legends Blank could be for people wanting a more hardcore experience and a more lore-filled experience. Because I know a lot of people do not care about the Pokemon stories. I love the stories in Pokemon. I love story games. I'm a big story enjoyer. I'm a big lore enjoyer. And I hate that so many companies squander their lore. I on? Oh shit, depths 2. I still don't have a trinket. I kinda need a trinket. You are not a trinket. The devil. The Bible. I do want to also say that mainline games aren't built for non-linear gameplay. That's why the non-linearity of Scarlet and Violet wasn't done well, coming from someone who loves Scarlet and Violet. It's been built on the same linear style for 30 years. The way that it's built is just not built for that. Spin-offs like Legends Arceus, while I didn't personally like Legends Arceus, the non-linearity and open world aspects were done incredibly well. That's what I'm saying! Like, I loved the story of Scarlet and Violet. Again, big story enjoyer. Owie. Fuck. But, like, it says it's open world. It's not. If you do not follow the order that is set out by the game, you get your ass kicked. The story of SNV made me cry. Yeah. I think SNV is really good story. The gameplay is kind of shit. Miter is useless to me. I'm just gonna restart. But, like, calling Scarlet and Violet non-linear is a disservice, because it's still just as linear, they just wrap it up in a quote-unquote non-linear package. Because, like, when I played through Scarlet and Violet for the first time, I had to constantly have a guide up so that I could know where to go next. Speaking of gripes with Scarlet and Violet, actually, fucking Gita. Gita makes me so mad. Because mainland Pokemon isn't built for non-linearity. It's still linear, but now you don't know what you're supposed to do. It's stupid to me, because if they wanted to do it like that, they could have made SNV be a spin-off and did something different. Even then, I feel like you could theoretically do... Oopsies. You could theoretically do a non-linear mainline game. Because, like, something that happens in one of the animes that I think is a good explanation. Ow, that was entirely my fault. Is that, you know, if you take on the gyms, quote-unquote, out of order, you know, they scale to you. I don't remember which one of the Pokemon animes it was. The issue with Scarlet and Violet is that they tried to make it non-linear, and they didn't do power scaling. And it's so very, very bullshit. I think Scarlet and Violet's one of its many flaws could be saved by having power scaling, and also fixing Gita's fucking fight. That's one way that I've heard it could be good. If they scaled it, it would have been much better. Exactly. Because, like, you know, having it so they're not going to tell you the path you're supposed to take in the game, but you need to do a specific path if you don't want to get fucked. It's bullshit. But, like, if you scaled it so it's like, okay, I want to do fire first because I picked a water type starter. Let me go to the fire star team. I hate this item. And let me go do that first. Then that would be great. The other thing, there are two main things I think they could have done to fix Scarlet and Violet. One is power scaling. And two, they should have had it load like Breath of the Wild. Part of the reason that it's such a buggy mess is it does not load well. The worst part, it's not like you can train up to those. To my knowledge, your Pokemon won't listen higher than what your amount of badges allow. Exactly! So you'll risk your Pokemon not listening to you if you accidentally go in the wrong order. I'm just saying. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet could have been so much better if they took more inspiration from Breath of the Wild. I am biased because I love Breath of the Wild, but that's besides the point. So I went and fought Grusha immediately. There's no way I could get a Pokemon that level because it won't listen. Exactly. And, like, you can get up to Grusha pretty damn easy. And again, I think my biggest issue with Scarlet and Violet, and like, oh damn, battle-wise, is just the fact that, like, you gotta commit to either being non-linear or not. If you don't want to be non-linear, you don't have to be non-linear. But you've gotta commit if you decide to say you're gonna be non-linear. It's just... I hate to see the games losing. I love Pokemon games so much, but, like, they do be fumbling. Speaking of which, I don't care canonically... I don't care if Grusha is canonically a boy. He's my wife, and I do... Censored for your innocence. Thank you. Look, Grusha is male wife. And... Rika is girl husband. We've established this. Oh my god. We exploding things today. Speaking of Rika, actually. For your viewing pleasure, if you wanna, look up what the, like, official anime voice acting for Rika is, I would recommend it. When I post this VOD, I'm gonna be like, The Binding of Isaac and a whole lot of Pokemon opinions. I'm 90% sure I did in fact blow up that spider, but that's besides the point. Pokemon games are going downhill because Game Freak falls to the same problem every other AAA studio does. Stops caring because they know everyone's gonna play it anyways. Yeah... Also, yeah, no, Rika's VA is awesome. I love Pokemon so much. I love so many games so much. I just wish their developers cared. And that's why I stand by if nobody got me, I know Toby Fast got me. We just absolutely decimated Widow. Oh my god. I think the best thing that can be said about Scarlet and Violet is that there's so many gay people. I love Brassius. Like, yeah, this is the biggest problem I have with consumerism, is that even I fall into that Pokemon trap. They know you are going to buy it, no matter how good or bad it is. It's the largest media franchise in the world, even bigger than Mario and Mickey Mouse. You will buy it. I mean, I have held true that I was going to buy a Switch 2, but I was like, let me see the trailers for Legend ZA to decide if I want to do it. But one, the price was ridiculous for it. And the more and more stuff I see about the Switch 2, I'm glad I didn't try to get it when I had the opportunity to. And I will maintain the fact that I will just reluctantly not play a Pokemon game until they've fixed it. Or until the world collapses. Whichever happens first. I will not be buying a Switch 2. I do not want to pay $500 for a license to play it that can... Exactly. If buying isn't owning, then I don't want to bother spending the money. And I will continue putting my time and effort towards indie games. I cannot legally or by Twitch TOS agree with your statement, and I must advise against piracy. But I do have a lot of opinions about how dumb digital era media stuff is. And we're going to leave it at that. For legal reasons, that is a joke. Yeah. Like, I think even more than that, like, especially with the whole piracy, and not piracy, but, you know, buying isn't owning, and just how AAA developers ruin games. I think that is truly why you gotta really give indie games a chance, and so many good indie games are coming out. I just simply hate modern AAA and console gaming. That's fair. And I mentioned this to one of my friends recently, but I do think we're going to see a rise in a lot more people playing indie games, if that makes sense. Because, like, I think it's gotten to the point where even just your standard consumer, just unplugged from the nonsense, your standard happy capitalist consumer, is realizing, hey, the quality of my games is going to shit. The worst part, the specs of the Switch 2 are about the specs of a PS4. This is the same generation that the PS6 will be. Admittedly, I don't know a lot about consoles, because the only consoles my family have ever had are Nintendo. But, like, it's disappointing. I still stand by the fact that the Wii U was my favorite console. I liked the big screen. I liked how clunky it was. It meant I could see things better, because I can't see for shit. I think the game wants me to blow things up. I don't want Dr. Fetus. Or, Epic Fetus. I want to see if I can get a birth row or something. Because that'd be pog. Like, even for a handheld, look at the Steam Deck. That is a literal entire gaming PC with graphics that are not the greatest, but not 2 generations ago. I want to get a Steam Deck. The main reason I haven't is because if I could play all of my computer games on a device I could keep in my bed, I would never leave my bed. The best console is the GameCube, and the best handheld is the 3DS XL. I love both the GameCube and the 3DS XL. I like the Wii U. I liked its versatility, and I do think I know it wasn't as easy to carry around. What the fuck? Oh, I'm so going to die. Wii U stuff up there, though. I just really liked how big the Wii U screen was. Because my one issue is I didn't play a lot of... I didn't play the Switch very often on, like, a big screen. Like, one could argue that it was intended to be played. Which means, like, a lot of games I struggled because I just couldn't fucking see. Like, Breath of the Wild, it is a game best played on a big screen TV, not super far away from you. And, like, just normally having those conditions isn't going to happen. Like, yeah, I could play Breath of the Wild by myself in my room. But then I can't see half the shit. And if I play it on a big screen, like one could argue it was meant to be played, that I'm struggling because it's too far away from my face, and then I'm straining my eyes. Zelda games we got for the Wii and Wii U's absolute peak, especially the Wind Waker remake, and while I don't remember my childhood much, I do explicitly remember playing Lego City Undercover on my Wii U on my old big-ass CRT. I miss CRTs! Like, this is very back in my day of me for someone in Gen Z, but, like, I miss CRTs. I miss being able to feel the TV's skin. Like, as an autistic person, I loved the texture of touching my CRT. I miss it. It's the only thing I miss about my old room. I used to have a giant CRT. I even still have some photos of my old room where you can see it in some places if I care enough to look. Honest to God, I want to get... Like, if I had the money, I'd have a CRT. And I'd use it. Technically in that room now, but it's entirely remodeled and we got rid of the CRT when I moved into the shed. Fair. It's... I don't know if I like CRTs mainly because of just the sort of nostalgia, but, like, they were so good. Even if they weren't always perfect. And, like, the textures. I can feed you most of my bombs, because I have, like, infinite bombs. I didn't get a per throw, though. Should have enough for the shop, though. Like, I think genuinely, when I become an adult, I'd like to have another CRT. It was the biggest gimmick of my old streams back when I actually had consistent viewer retention. I would have some GameCube's game home screen, typically Wario World or Super Mario Sunshine, on there as a background decoration. Yeah, again, I might get Dreamcatcher. I really miss CRTs. I liked how they feel. I just liked them in general, and I'm... Like, flat screens are good because big screen good, but, like, on the other hand, good screen. Hi, Bighorn. Owie. Bye, Bighorn. I mean, I would... Because I think I've seen people do it. I would love to get a CRT and, like, hook a little computer up to it so that I could just have it as a YouTube watching TV for, like, in my room, I would happily do that. Because they're just so much better. I didn't have a flat screen until I was, like, 10 because we couldn't afford it, and the CATs we had were giant. I think I think we got our flat screen about 10. Yeah, I think I got mine about the same age as you. It was like a Christmas gift from my dad. Oh, which Robo Baby is that? Is that the fuck-ass Robo Baby or the good Robo Baby? I would love Pyromaniac. It is the fuck-ass Robo Baby, but it's also 2-3 conjoined. The only thing worse about CRTs is the color correction is worse, but the frame rate is typically higher. Woo, analog and they're timeless, and I can break my monitors easily. There's no way I could ever possibly break my old CRT. I hate the thing with hammers to show its sturdiness. Not a single death. Yeah. And again, I love old CRTs. I might die. I'd like not to die, if possible. There we go. Only reason we got rid of it is because it would break a hole in my shed's floor if we brought it in there. That's fair. I think... And even the color correction with CRTs, I think, is somewhat fixable from what I've seen. You know, like, I know what I want my career to be, but, like, if I had to pick another career to do, other than, like, art and, like, streaming and stuff and what I want to do, I think I would genuinely want to own, like, a sort of retro-styled arcade. With a mix of modern arcade machines and older arcade machines, and there'd be, like, CRT TVs. I think that's what I would do if I didn't want to do art as a career. Howie. I want to own a record store / music history museum. We could have businesses next to each other. What if I put my business next to yours? What if we reveled in the better nostalgia of our younger times together? Dude, low-key, if the opportunity ever arises that we could do that, we need to do that. I mean, like, I still want to do the animation studio, and I'd like to own a physical studio. But, like, you know, if society doesn't completely collapse, we could probably do multiple things. One of the things I've always had sort of, like, an issue with, especially when I was younger, is what I call the Barbie mentality. In that, like, I want to do everything. And that's not necessarily possible. Ooh, birthright. I felt like we were a lot farther along than we are. Did I? I don't remember if I put a trinket in a treasure room yet or not. On this run. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. But I don't remember, and I don't want to waste the trinket on this floor if I didn't, in fact, do it. And just leave it there, but also... That's just dumb. Ooh, blooming. Very effective. Don't blow up the machine. Yep. Give me money. I want to make our era of childhood more accessible to newer generations if they still want to do that. I also want to document the history of my favorite styles of music and act as a hub for the local music scenes. That would be so cool, honestly. Like, especially because we're in Florida, birthplace of death metal. Like, I would so love to go to a museum that has, like, live alt music. Like, an alternative museum with live alt music. Sounds rad as hell. Owie. Guess I'll take holy water. I could have Perth Road. Goth bands, metal bands, and punk bands playing every weekend. Again, if society doesn't fall to shit, I'd help you do that. Because, like, I've always thought that I want to do, like, a physical animation studio. Oh, my keyboard turned off. It's fine. I've always wanted to have, like, a physical animation studio when I do an animation studio. But, like, I could so also do other things. I say, knowing damn well I probably couldn't. I wonder how hard it is to, like, open a museum. Suppose it's something we'll have to look into. Ooh, Yara. Also, if you don't do that retro game store thing, I will somehow fit that in, because I also use collect at retro games until the hurricanes. I did it because of nostalgia, but it has been ruined by scalpers and capitalists taking every chance they can get to make a buck out of it. Not giving a damn about the nostalgia and joy it brings to people who've lived it and people who want to live it. You see, the thing is... I can explode these with... Yeah, I can. You see, the thing is... part of my sort of... reason I have given myself to exist is I want I want to make the world more colorful. I want the world to be full of more joy and kindness and color. And, like, art and color are sort of how I view those things. And, you know, I've decided that the main way I want to do that is through animation. But, like, also at the same time, there are other ways I could theoretically do that. And I'm thinking about it now, you're giving me ideas. Tiny Planet's a terrible fucking idea for birth row. Yeah, I'll take that. I could also go on a very long rant about my sister created an outlet of art for all people and despite those who look down at me. Real. I could also go on a very long rant about the loss of children's and especially teen spaces, yada yada. But, you know. I didn't accidentally clear that room, but it's fine. I would so love Pyromaniac right now. It'd be so awesome, it would be so cool. Why do I keep getting spiky chests? I forgot to get the secret rock in there. Or not the secret rock, the secret room. I'll just use a regular rock. Or bomb. It's more flies. I need money so bad. Because I need health. What hit me? Ugh, that was such a good run, too. We're doing another tasty character. Do not look at the win streak. The win streak is not real. It does not exist. Transgender beam. This is what the far right fears. My transgender beam. I'm busy trying not to die, but then I'll read your wall of text that you read before me. Bring your liberation amongst the useless to give them joy and to give them the choice to express themselves freely. The more we express that through the expansive world. No, I understand that came off as though I do not like your walls of text. I love your walls of text and I can read them very quickly. I just have to... I just have to pause the game so that I can read them. I am very of the opinion that joy is a form of resistance. And because of that, my journey to bring joy to the world through bright colors and noises is very special and important to me. And that's why my clown dress is punk, thank you very much. I wonder what these drugs are. Ooh, health up. Joy is a form of liberation. To be joyful is to be liberated. To be liberated is to have your own choices. Real. Kidney bean is shit. Hehe, I baited him. Kablowy. Style on him. Unrelated, but somehow completely related at the same time. Because that's how ADHD works. I made raspberry white chocolate fudge. And I will send you pictures, but it looks like a meat flab. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a funny thing. Get fitted, idiot. Get fitted, idiot. That's the main reason why when you see people in today's society, everyone that looks like an overworked zombie, they lack that joy and liberation because they're stuck under the boot or someone above. Real! I hate white chocolate, but I do like raspberry. I love white chocolate. I can't stand anything darker than milk chocolate. I have tried to, I just don't enjoy it. And I should clarify, it is mostly raspberry at this point. I had a bit of a mistake when I was mixing it, so it's mostly red. I'm quite fond of extreme dark chocolate. Remind me when your birthday is again. I'll make you raspberry dark chocolate fudge for your birthday or something. My keyboard shut off again. Give me a second, I'm going to get my charger for the keyboard. Please be patient with me, chat. My bad. I can't find the charger, it's fine. In 9 days. I can count. Oh, okay, the 19th. Got it. I will see about making you... Because I still have plenty of raspberries. I can see about making you raspberry dark chocolate fudge or something. What card do I have? Wheel of Fortune. I hope you feel better before your birthday, though. It would suck to be, like, sick on your birthday. But I like dark chocolate for the complexity and the flavor. To me, white chocolate is just too sweet, and milk chocolate just isn't my thing. Also, I really like when bitter things coat my tongue, then I taste something sweet and has a much more complex flavor profile. I have 3 days before my next band. I hope band practice goes well. Then you probably just like Baker's semi-sweet, honestly. I would say it's just one bomb. Was there a bomb in the shop? I didn't check. If I'm not better before then, I quite literally won't be able to make it. I hope you do feel better, bestie. Because I screamed. I'm very aware. helped health-wise, but I can see if there's another bomb in the here. So I have the full card to get out. Not the bombs I wanted. I'm screaming with a sore throat that's already eternally sore because my immune system, which is now so sore I can't talk. Yeah, that's just not happening. Yeah, I really hope there are 3 secret rocks on this floor. What do you mean I haven't been able to get any of them? Sorry. Yeah, I really do hope you feel better. If you don't feel better in like 2 days, I will just attempt to bring tea over or something. Both of those items are shit. Something in here? Flies. And a singular coin. Hot garbage. But yeah, back to the whole chocolate thing. I have tried. It's not even just that I have a really strong sweet tooth, although I do. I just can't stand bitter. I can't stand anything darker than milk chocolate. Like, I have tried. It just tastes bad. To the point where I can't even, like, digest it. I can't stand most sweets. You and I are just opposite people. Fuck. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with not liking sweets. It's very valid. My boyfriend's very similar. He doesn't like things that are too sweet. But, like, I get a headache from smelling dark chocolate, and I have found that the same thing occurs with semi-sweet, like baker's chocolate. Which I think was 80, 85? I'd have to check the other bit of it. We spare the plum, we love the plum, we adore the plum. Live, laugh, love plum. Live, laugh, love plum. Live, laugh, love plum. I feel like it's been 30 seconds already. There he is. Bye-bye, Plum! We spared the Plum. Partially because I think my taste buds are fucked. Sour has 0 effects on me. I did the mega sour challenge and thought the candy wasn't sour enough. Not phased me at all. A lot of things just taste off to me, and sweet things I can't taste the complexity. Yeah. You might just have weird taste buds. I feel like I should clarify that when I say weird taste buds, that's not like an insult. Pick 'em up, baby Plum. Enjoy the flavor of some things most people hate, like particular liquors, black licorice, and so on. Yeah. I think my sister likes licorice. I don't know if black licorice, though. My taste buds are just weird. I mean, that's fair. It's like a fingerprint for your mouth. I didn't mean to summon you. My bad. I'm happy to see you regardless. Ow. Flatworm. Hit its nails. Ooh, the other thing was also really good. I just get, like, no bombs as this dude. Honestly. But the thing that helps me, though, is bitter foods, especially ones that coat your tongue. Damn. That coat your tongue like extreme dark chocolate and black licorice. The bitterness coats my tongue so sweet things aren't as sweet and I can enjoy the complex flavors of it. Valid. First of all, you got me killed. Second of all, that's fair. Do you like cheesecake? I'm curious. Are you a cheesecake enjoyer? I don't remember. Let's do greedy or cane. You don't have to apologize. I am quite fond of cheesecake. It's the only way I like cake. Okay. I think I can do better. Made a 3. Just not bad. Oh, yeah, I'll take that. I really like New York cheesecake, especially, but French style is really good too. Have you ever had my cheesecake or my cheesecake bites? No. Okay. Well, we have talked about it before when I tried to make my own cheesecake and fucked it up. Right, right. I'm scheming and having thoughts of a raspberry dark chocolate cheesecake. Because I have successfully made it. Fuck. I have successfully made, like, a not super sweet cheesecake. Because, like I said, my boyfriend doesn't really like. And my keyboard turned off again. Doesn't really like super sweet things either. He doesn't like overly sweet things. And for his birthday, we made a coffee cheesecake with mocha and white chocolate drizzle. Raspberry dark chocolate cheesecake would turn me into a puddle. I will talk to my dad about it, because he's the one I usually scheme recipes with. I do think that could be really good. Maybe not something I'd be able to eat, but definitely something that'd be fun. Because raspberry and chocolate are a good combination, and it has to be either raspberry white or raspberry dark. I don't think raspberry milk works quite as well. getting delirium for Azazel. Okay, let's try and do that. I want my transgender beam to be stronger. Transgender beam. Our goal is ultimate transgender beam. This, I don't like this run. I enjoy only 3 types of pie/cake, like things that aren't pizza, and it's purely because they aren't messy to eat. Cheesecake, key lime pie, and lemon meringue pie. Valid. I am an apple pie enjoyer. Only apple pie. I'm sure there are other pies I would enjoy, but apple is my favorite. And much more importantly, I do not like pumpkin pie. I am not a pumpkin pie enjoyer. I will tolerate it, usually under a large swath of whipped cream, but I am not... Ooh. Whoa! Hello, sailor. I need a bomb. But I'm just not a pumpkin pie enjoyer. I haven't tried key lime pie. I probably like lemon meringue. It seems like it'd be a good texture, and I'm not against lemon. I'm not a huge lemon enjoyer. My sister's a lemon enjoyer, but she is also allergic to lemons. Like a freak. I love apple pie, but it makes too much of a mess. I prefer fried apples because I can get the same flavor of the apple pie, but I can make it to where I make zero mess. Maybe an apple tart would be better? Because I think apple tarts are a bit less messy. I had... One time when we went to the zoo, they had, How do I delete that? There's a light inside your soul that's still shining in the cold with the truth, the promise in our heart. I really love berry tarts. I've never made a tart before, but I wanted to try. Oh, you're not gonna tell me that I just can't get a bomb to get any of the shit in the shop. You cannot. I went to the zoo once, and they had apple pie ice cream. And it was so fucking good. Like, there were bits of both the pie and the crust in there. It tasted amazing. It had a very subtle, like, cinnamon. It was so fucking good, bro. I want to go back to the zoo, and I hope they still have it. It was so fucking good. I love apple pie. Come on, you gotta give me a bomb. I'm not gonna get it, am I? I can't believe I'm missing Steam sale because of this shit. If you ever want to treat Beeline Pie, go to Publix. That's funny. My mom's gotten it before. It just, I don't know if it'd be something I enjoy. I'm so sad I'm not gonna get Steam sale. Or Bunny in a Box. You know, for someone who's trying to do a speedy run so that I can get Delirium. I could also just try and do Mega Satan. That's also an option. Because then that's just a 50-50. Yeah, I think I'll probably just try and do Mega Satan. I like taking my time. Oh, now I get a bomb. I don't like the one with the almonds for the crust, so I get the one without it, but it's so good. It has a nice tang to it. It makes very little mess, and its texture is so freaking nice in the mouth. What kind of textures do you enjoy? Are you a soft or a crunchy or a it really depends? Ow. Depends on what flavor it's being paired with. Real. I love autism on autism communication, bro. You know what? I don't fuck with this run. I think the F and the R key shouldn't be so close together. I will take Camo Undies. Camo Undies is so shit with this Azel, actually. I'll take an XL. I will take Cricket's body. Like pies that like smoother, creamier, softer textures, especially with tangier pies like lemon meringue and key lime. Real. I think sweet things should not have hard textures. I like it when things are consistent textures. Like, I have an issue with ice cream with mix-ins. Because then they're hard and you have to chew the thing that you don't usually have to chew. Not a huge enjoyer of that. The only textures I don't like at any capacity are tiny ball-like textures like peas. With the exception of popping bubble with my teeth before I feel them with my mouth. And I hate mushy textures like mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes. My issue becomes when the mashed potato is inconsistent, because like a lot of restaurants will leave the skin on in their potatoes when they make mashed potatoes, and so there'll be bits of skin and then they're chewy, and I despise. So like, despite the fact that I love mashed potatoes and they're a comfort food for me, I cannot order them at most restaurants because they do them wrong. I hate mashed taters in any consistency. That's very valid. There are so many ways to consume a potato. You know, I'm not gonna knock you. Ooh, PJs. I also hate grainy texture, but that's not much of a mouthfeel thing. I'm fine with shit like granulated sugar and malic acid in my mouth. More of an outer body touch thing like sand and dirt. Also very valid. These are both shit. Style on them. I just realized I said I wanted to do Mega Satan, and then I proceeded to go into the Devil Room, which is going to make it significantly harder. Also, I've eaten straight malic acid before, and it wasn't as sour as I expected. Girl! If the next message you send me is a teehee, I'm coming to your house. / J. don't eat straight malic acid. I don't know for a fact if it'll hurt you, but it's probably not that good for you. I like sour is not a good response either. Girl. You know, that's another thing I've noticed, actually, about, like, a lot of tea girls. A lot of them like sour shit. I would just eat entire packs of sour Skittles all at once. Damn. But yeah, I've seen a lot of tea girls enjoy, like, sour things, I've noticed. I enjoyed it, and it's also likely what fucked up my taste buds. As opposed to everything else that fucked up your taste buds, I'm sure. You know, with everything my boyfriend's done to his taste buds, you'd think his would be more fucked up. I wonder what, like, the limit is for how to fuck up your taste buds. I am curious. I doubt that's the sort of thing that they would let get past an ethics committee, but it is something that intrigues me. Like, on one hand, I think it's good that we have ethics committees for, like, science experiments and stuff, but on the other hand, I think more scientists should take the Jekyll and Hyde approach and be like, what if I scientifically fuck up my taste buds? As a kid, I would do things where I'd take the sourest candies I could find in specialty stores and mix them into drinks on a few occasions it knocked out my tasting. Girl! Damn. Tiny ass puddle. Tiny ass piss puddle. For the sensation. That was before I ate straight malic acid, by the way. You imply that, like, one time it knocked out your tasting ability and you're like, hey, surely I can fix this with more sour. No, that didn't happen. I just laid off sour shit for a week. Oh, good. I'm glad you decided to restrain yourself. It was years after the last time it knocked my tasting out before I had straight malic acid. Again, I'm so glad you learned from your experiences. / sarcasm. Girl, you're just gonna wind up not being able to taste anymore at some point. Oh, I didn't learn from my experiences. I still did the same shit. Yeah, that's why I said / sarcasm. I know your ass did not learn. Your ass is not studious. I want to get... This is completely unrelated to what we were talking about, but it's slightly related to food. I want to get, like, a decent camera so that I can do... or like a laptop or something, so that I can do cooking streams or baking streams. Maybe not here. I'd probably wait till I got my own place. But like, that is something I want to do. It'd be so fun. It would be so awesome. It would be so cool. Get a secondhand DSLR. Can you translate that into dumb, stupid fuck language for me? My good sir. My good madam. Sorry. I did not mean to misgender you, sir. It's just what I usually use as a default. Yeah, but what the fuck is a DSLR? I'm waiting for the wall of text. Something wrong? Oh, what's this one? Bad. Bad. I love drugs. HP up, range down, fuck. Both of these are actually pretty big. Can I just boom you? Oh, you see, I didn't want that. Ooh, money room. Would have loved this when I was keeper. Oh, damn, 99. If I had just waited, I could have gotten the things I wanted without flicking up. DSLR is a digital single-lens reflex. Basically, you know the cameras the streamers with fancy setups use for their webcams? Those. I have one, but it doesn't have video capabilities because it's a hand-me-down from my dad. It's a little Nikon from 2006, so its sensor doesn't have the capacity for that. Most DSLRs these days, though, are made for videography and photography. Okay. And let me just do a little, search on how much those costs. My Nikon D50 I don't use for video anyways, and don't plan on using it for video. I don't use it mainly for wildlife photography. Valid. wish I understood all of these camera terms, but I don't. What does MP mean? MP is megapixels. I'm gonna send you a link to one and you can tell me whether it's good or not. Anyways. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Ooh, locust. Boing boing. I want the locust though. I would like a better active item than this. Really bummed out that I fucked up the shop though. Look for something around 12 megapixels. You don't need anything high megapixel unless you're zooming in far. The quality on its own is not too different. And the video compression on things like YouTube and Twitch will make the difference even less noticeable. It's already hardly noticeable to the untrained eye. Okie dokie. Now. Just step in the piss, bro. Do I want that, though? Do I want to do Spirit Sword? Because, like... I like my transgender beam. The one you sent is sketchy as fuck. It's way too high megapixel for the price of zero. Brand on it just generally doesn't look right. Okay. Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to... I can still use it. I think I might be holy. We're gonna try Spirit Sword. And surely nothing bad will happen. I have sword now. I can find you a good used one. Buying used gear is the best way to get a good deal on cameras. Yes, please. If you would be so kind. Thank you, bestie. Having to get up close to the explosive thing does not seem fun or fair. Ow. 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 kind of in danger. Can I swat open the... I can. Yippee wahoo. But yeah, I would love to do like cooking and baking streams. Because one, it'd just be fun. And two, because it would be even more fun to watch people see how badly I cook. Who out here binding Nate Isaac? Me, right now, apparently. Also, welcome in! Fuck off. Hi, hi! Ah, fuck! I forgot I was on Red Heart. Ugh. I recommend something like a used cannon. Oh, Evelyn, you got me killed again. Oh, thank you for the follow. I recommend something like a used Canon EOS 2000D. The EOS lacks features, but it shares the same sensor as some of Canon's higher-end models. Even brand new, it's a pretty low price for a good DSLR, about $350. Or used, it's even lower, $150. You know where to look. Noted. Thank you. You are forgiven for getting me killed. And again, we do not look at the win streak. It does not exist. Let's do Eve. Evelyn, grant me your luck by letting me use the same... Oh, I forgot I made it Hatsune Miku. I'd recommend one of those yellow disposable ones from Walgreens. My grammar is negative. That's fine. But yeah. The camera I'm running with was cheap even for 2006, and it takes professional level shit. Fair enough. I've always wanted to get into camera stuff. But also, photography classes are bogus. But yeah, Evelyn, grant me your luck because I'm playing a character named Eve, and she's dressed like Hatsune Miku. So therefore, it's even more like you. I can still get that chest. Maybe a secret room here? Oh, wait. 2 bombs for the price of 1. Ow. I really have to stop running just straight into a rip. Oopsies. I do want to also get a disposable camera at some point. But I'd need, like, a good event for a disposable camera. I think my sister used to... Whenever she'd go to camp, she'd get, like, a disposable camera. Miku Eve is so funny. It is, isn't it? I think... Here. I can leave that run for a second. I have these two as Rin and Len, and then... I think there was a mod that made one of the other ones Teto, but I don't remember. I don't think I installed that one. I think Tainted Eve might be Teto. I almost forgot my treasure room. Also, yeah, no, the only reason I know what I'm doing is because my dad was a professional photographer and videographer running off cheap gear, and my grandfather was also professional. No one saw that. No one saw that I literally just blew myself up. No one saw that, and if you did see it, you didn't see shit. Anyways. Thank you for checking that Tedo is Laz. And thank you. Photography classes can be pretty shit at times. My faith in classes that aren't actual school classes is dwindled significantly. And I want to do photography, but also photography feels like a thing that needs to be taught in person. And most in-person classes are stupid expensive, even if they are teaching you, like, a good skill. I'm honestly surprised, Evelyn, that you didn't do, like, TV studies back in school. Because that would have been right up your alley so much. I only did TV studies for a semester because I had to do driver's ed, but... it was so much fun. And it is the only reason I know how to edit. Thank God I got curious and checked your bio because I almost said madam. I mean, I don't care too much, but I appreciate you for checking. My gender is a thick sludge. I did get some good photography classes in middle school because Tasco ran a free photography and videography school for students grade 5 to grade 6. I wish the video version was pronounced the same as the photo version, but it's not. And I always trip up on it. I personally stick to the vanilla gender pact. That's fair. I like mine's modded. Adventure boy. Style on him. Oh, even splash art. Yeah, I don't know if it's just part of this mod that did the splash art, if I have one that fixes the splash art, but I think the Miku splash art's really cute. But yeah, the only reason I know how to edit is because I did the TV studies class, and my two friends that I mostly stuck with to do projects were like, yeah, neither of us particularly like to edit, and I was like, yeah, no, fair enough. Guess I'll have to figure out how to do it. And I taught myself. The first free software I found that looked good. And it has not failed me yet, despite the fact that my computer does not like rendering, and neither do I. Give me more keys. Oh. Again, I have to stop running straight into the enemies in each room. It's going to get me killed again. Fuck Claudius. I would have done TV studies in high school if I didn't make it a challenge to complete every class in the music academy. I mean, you do you, girl. I'll do this and then this. I just have a Chromebook. Yeah, I'm lucky my boyfriend was nice enough to make me a gaming PC. Because I mean, I had one before he did. And it's one my dad made. I love having a nerdy dad. Forever bitchless here. Not necessarily. Ow. I fucking hate Claudius. I think Claudius might genuinely be my least favorite enemy in the game. File was right there and I fucked up. I could just restart the program. I forgot I had... I'm glad you two are bonding. I think Claudius are genuinely my least favorite in the game, though. Like, some of the other enemies are bad, but not as bad as fucking Claudius. And it's not just because I can't play. Can I get that? I don't think I can. Not without flying. Big question for everyone here. Opinion on the Papa Louie games. Those are the... like, the Papa's Pizzeria games? Question mark? Bombs. Speaker room? No speaker room. Is there a crane game? The story ones. I love the restaurant ones too. I don't think I've played any of the story ones, but I am a big fan of the restaurant ones. I remember I watched like an hour-long video on all the Papa lore. There was not a crane game in here. I was deceived and lied to. I spent 3 years on cool math games on the baking one, then Flash went extinct and I lost everything. That's so sad. I miss cool math, honestly. I'm pretty sure there are still ways to access it, but that's besides the point. I miss the era of cool math. Yeah, fucking fat monstro. I just gave up. Honestly, fair. If I suddenly lost all my Isaac progress, I would be inconsolable. The one issue with the dead bird being the little music note is that my music note is just jittering uncomfortably. What marks do I need for her? All of them. Okay, let's do angels. And I can try and do... You ever heard of the Twitch Gigabyte thing? Pretty sure that's also what I'm doing right now. Because we're doing it on Twitch. Let's go in here. No. Dry baby! Lol, let's just control your run. Oh dear god. You guys would probably play it better than me. Ah. Again, I have to keep forgetting that I have the options thing. Like, give you items and stuff. That's so cool. I have to look into that. I'd love to set that up for a stream. I love that it did the autism creature there. Gimme chest. Anger. Style on him. Perish. Fuck. Thanos looking ass motherfucker. That was entirely my fault, but that is besides the point. What time is it? Oh, it is almost 1 o'clock. I think that is where I am going to end stream for today, because it is 1 o'clock and I have cats to go feed. Thank you everyone for joining me and coming in. We are raiding Gabs. Everyone please take care of yourself and have a wonderful day. And day and gay. Please take care of yourself. Bye-bye.